Hey everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this video. The fact that you are willing to sacrifice a few minutes out of your day to consume my content really does mean the world to me. I really do appreciate it. Today we're going to be talking about season 2 of Shadow and Bone. Yes, I know I'm in a different set today. My wife and I are in the process of moving. It's been a long journey, and so where I normally record is entirely out of order right now. So I just borrowed my wife's set. Definitely not making it look as good or as flattering, but it is a place to film, so that's where we're sitting for today's video. So Shadow and Bone season 2, for those of you that remember my Shadow and Bone season 1 review, you'll know I had mixed to negative feelings about the show. And I remember when I saw that, well, when I got for my Netflix screener for the show, I decided, you know what, keep the negative feelings at the door. I know a lot of people really did enjoy this show, so I'm going to give it a second chance and see if I can actually find some enjoyment and entertainment out of it. And I have to say, I was ready. I was so ready to be excited. I was so ready to engage myself in this world, to return to the Grishaverse. And then the show actually started, and all of my negative feelings about the show from season 1 were reconfirmed here in season 2. This has to be one of the most stereotypically young adult book adaptations to film, or to rather series, that we've ever seen. It's incredibly traditional or stereotypical in the way it's written, its characters, its villains, its world. There's very little, once again, new that's brought to the screen. And so that was something that I really didn't enjoy about season 1, was how tame everything felt. This is basically a combination of like Avatar, which I know doesn't really fit into the young adult science fiction mold I was just talking about, but it's basically just Avatar mixed with Maze Runner, mixed with Hunger Games, mixed with, you know, any fantasy world you can think of. And all of these together, they've either been done better in different properties, or it's just a trope that's been done to death. And so, I hate to say it, I don't necessarily think season 2 was an improvement in any way over season 1, except for what I'll say is the biggest thing that I really enjoyed the show is Ben Barnes. I've enjoyed him since season 1. In fact, hey, I've enjoyed him all the way since freaking Narnia Prince Caspian was the first time I saw him. He's a great actor. He always gives his all to his roles. And once again, I said it about in my season 1 review, I'll say it again now. I think he is the saving grace of the show. He is what makes this show believable. He's the one that makes this show have any sort of gravity to the situation. You really believe him as a villain. I will also say the actors for the season definitely did improve, but I definitely felt like the script didn't do them any favors. And in a lot of the action sequences, there's a brand new editing style that's come about that I just really didn't enjoy. And it's become a bit of a trope in most young adult live action, you know, fantasy series. This trope of, you know, playing with the speed mapping and stuff like that, where sometimes the action will be slow, then it will speed up. And in this series, I just felt like it was done and in a very unappealing way. You see it done in movies like 300 and the series Spartacus, but there you can feel the power and the action and the adrenaline that builds up through that editing style. I didn't necessarily feel that with this series. I will say another massive positive for me was definitely the costumes and the sets that were designed and made for this series. That is probably the largest contributor to making me feel like I've been transported into this fantasy world. That I can sit there and go, wow, this is supposed to be a lived-in, grueling, painful experience, for lack of a better word. People that live in this world aren't going to be having a good time. So yes, guys, that's my honest opinion on Shadow and Bone season 2. It's a complete retread of season 1 in regards to all of the issues that I had with it. And it does share the same strengths as season 1. For me, what actually shocked me most about this show is when I was watching season 2, I was struggling to remember the events of season 1. And yes, that's more just a reflection on my memory of the show. I think it's been over 2 years since the first season came out. And I remember actually just thinking, flip, I'm shocked that season 2 came out. I know that's a controversial opinion, and I'm not supporting the cancellation of shows. I know a lot of people work really hard on bringing a show like this to life, whether that's the actors or the script writers, it's the set designers, it's the directors and the producers, and everyone puts a lot of time and money and effort into bringing shows like this to life. But I remember just being quite shocked that we've had so many fantastic, amazing Netflix shows get cancelled, and this one was somehow able to slip through the cracks. Not to sound too negative. But yes, guys, that's my review of Shadow and Bone Season 2. If you loved the first season, you're going to love this one. And if you didn't enjoy the first season, you're really not going to enjoy the second one, because beat for beat, it repeats the exact same issues. But guys, thank you so much for watching my review. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Do not be afraid to subscribe to my channel. Comment down below your thoughts and feelings. If you think I'm being reasonable about my opinion on the show, if you think I'm being unfair, I'd love to know. But guys, thank you so much for watching this review. You guys are the best. You are awesome, and I hope to see you again in another video.